So I just recorded this entire video with the camera off. So I'm going to re-record it. Yes, welcome to the video. My name's Steven. In this video, I want to go over possibility and if things are possible and kind of give you my equation for possibility. So here's the equation. Communication plus proof equals possibility. And you might think, what does this mean? Well, I'm about to give you everything to make this equation maybe possible. And that is how you make something possible, right? So is this equation correct? I don't know. Let's find out together while I explain why it's possible. And I'm telling you, there's not going to be any dopamine crap on the screen where there's like all this edits and crap like that. I'm going to be strictly talking about this equation, explaining it to you. If you need dopamine to watch a fucking video, go watch shorts, go watch TikTok. This video is not for you. But if you really, really want to learn, this is for you. So my first story here, possibility does not mean that whatever you're talking about is objectively true or objectively right. So it could be something bad. And my favorite example here is the Jim Jones massacre, which if you're not familiar, Jim Jones had this church. Here's the church. Here are the people. This is the steeple. This is Mr. Jim Jones. I'm going to give him a top hat so you know it's him. And I'm going to write Mr. Jones. All right, so this is what happened. Mr. Jones got all these people, and I think it was like 1960 that he started his church. He got all these people to believe in his church and that he's like a disciple of the Lord and that he knows what's correct at all times. And these people ended up believing him. And he had two churches. There was one in like I think it's Los Angeles, and like one in Indianapolis. And then over the course of a couple of years, I think it was like 13, 14 years maybe, he got these people to like abandon everyone else and believe in his thing completely. And then after that, he got people to go over to Brazil. I think it was Brazil. I might be mistaken. And start a little colony of his little chapter of people talking about, how the world's going to end. And what he ended up doing was he got them to drink some poison. That's my poison drink. Let's add a little cup here. That way you know. It's going to look like a candle. Yep. So yeah, this poison drink, that's my poison drink. And he got everyone to drink it. And like 900 people died because of what he told them about this fucking poison drink. And he was saying how the world's going to end and you have to drink this drink to go to heaven. So all these people died because they drank this drink. And I think like 100 people maybe survived, but it was like one of the biggest massacres in American history. So let's prove why this happened. Because here's the thing. You would think like you and I probably would be like, I'm not joining this cult and I'm not drinking that poison. However, he got them all to believe this stuff. And another quick thing on influence, actually, and I read this in the book Influence, which is a great book. I would suggest you read it. Mr. Jones, Jim Jones, got all these people to go to Brazil. And the reason why he did that was because it isolated them even more. He isolated them to where they couldn't get the opinions of other people. They only had each other. And if all 1,000 people were doing it, then like no one was gonna not do it, right? Like he couldn't have pulled this off in America, but he pulled it off in Brazil or whatever, somewhere in South America. So communication, it has an origin, right? And then it has followers. And the other point I'd like to add to communication is, can it be said? Can you speak it? Right? If you can speak, there's a chance it's possible. Now, I want to get this very clear. Possibility isn't binary. So it's not, is it possible? It is, to what extent is it possible? And then I'm using this equation to figure it out, if that makes sense. So that's what you need for communication. But and just having one part of any of this stuff can make something possible, right? Just one part. And I'm going to go through a little bit more into that in just a second. But proof, right? Um, can it be proven? And this is where it gets kind of interesting because can it be proven? It's like, well, maybe, but that's like yes, right? Like maybe adds the thought of yes, so it maybe can be proven, and then has it been proven? Of course. And by the way, I just want to put this out there. Um, this doesn't just apply to if it's possible. This applies to if it's possible subjectively. So like objectively, it could be possible, but to inspire and to tell someone that it is possible, these are the things you need to confirm to them that it's possible. The more of this stuff that you have, the more likely someone is to believe that whatever you're talking about is possible, right? So, and actually, the reason I came up with this whole thing, I went on a walk one time, and the first thing I came up with was anything is possible with advertising, right? That was kind of my thought process. That was the first thing that I thought of as soon as I walked out the house. Anything is possible with advertising, and I kind of want to write that down actually, because and then I wanted to create an equation for how it worked because technically this is true. I think, right? This is all theory. This is all my idea. And if you have any ideas yourself, I would love to hear it in the comment section. Right? That's why I make this video. So that way you can see my equation and give me feedback, and then I can see if it's like worthy to like tell a lot of people about. So anything is possible with advertising. What is advertising? That was kind of where I went to. And my thought process was communication and proof. Right? So like if and advertising is just telling people about something. It's not about like telling someone about your product. It's like telling someone about something. So you might tell someone that, oh, I like kiss and tell. You hear that all the time. It's like you kiss someone and you get the point. But right, like there's always, I don't know if you have a friend like this, but I have friends like this where it's like as soon, and I've been this guy too, where it's like as soon as they like hang out with somebody or they do something, they're like they have to tell everyone. And it's like you're advertising by word of mouth about your thing, but you're communicating and there's proof, right? Let's go through this specific situation. Sally brags about kissing Tom. All right, so Sally was the origin. She can tell people, the followers, right? She can say it. Has it been proven? Well, we don't really know because she's just talking about it, but can it be proven? Yes. Right. And if you look at the actions of Tom, and he's like kind of, he says the same thing, right? I know this is like really childish point, but I hope this makes sense. Um, if he's acting different around Sally, then that's kind of some proof. And therefore, it is possible to an extent. Again, not binary, not yes or no. To what extent? There's a scale. I wish I could mathematically prove this, and that's kind of the direction I'd like to go. If you can help me figure out a way to mathematically prove if you can help me find a way to mathematically prove that possibility can be equated, I would love to know in the comments. Because I think regardless, there's not 100% possibility or like 100% proof, right? Maybe subjective, like maybe communication is subjective. Like if you've never heard of Christianity and someone was, and I'm not telling you what to believe in, like I believe in God, but that's my prerogative. That's your prerogative too to believe in whatever you want to. But say that you've never heard of Christianity and someone came to you, you only have one person that says, hey, someone died on the cross for your sins. You might be like, that's not real. But then they hand you a book about it, the Bible, and you read the book, and it's like, okay, so it has been proven. And then other people talk about it, and it's possible. So now possibility is real, right? Possibility doesn't mean that it actually happens. Possibility just means that it can happen. So anything is possible with advertising. And let's go ahead and use, this is a great example I like to use with this. So let's say you have a farmer. This is the farmer's house, and he's in the field, and he's working. This is his rake. And he looks up, and he sees, that's his little farmer hat. He looks up, and he sees birds, and he thinks, can I fly? Well, first of all, it can be stated, so there's communication. So possibilities there, however, possibilities low. Can it be proven? Well, it has been proven, but maybe not a human, but it's been proven that flying is possible. So these two things are here, right? But there's no followers behind it, so the possibility is a lot lower, right? Like he can say it, he's the origin, he doesn't have any followers, and it hasn't been proven that humans can do it, but it's been proven that flying is a possibility. So the possibility is low, but maybe he's wondering, can I fly? And this is very important to understand because this is kind of the same framework that went through the Wright brothers' heads. Not exactly verbatim as I have it here. However, they see the birds can fly. These are the Wright brothers. They notice that the birds can fly, and they think, can humans fly? But here's the great part about it, and actually I think this is important to understand. They're communicating with each other that flying is a possibility. So they try to come up with an ability to fly, and you're going to watch this is my example of a plane. This is like the front part of the plane. And let's draw like a little, I don't know. I hope this plane, it's such an ugly plane, but whatever. They made their plane, and then they flew the plane, and then after that, they have proven, it has been proven, and the possibility of flying is 100%. So I guess you can have 100% possibility, but I actually believe that if you follow this right here, there is not a 0% chance that there is no possibility of something, right? Because if you can state it, then it could be possible. But then that makes me I want to dive into it this way. What about like gender stuff? And this might hurt your feelings, and I hope it does. There's only two genders, and only females can biologically have children. So maybe, but here's the thing, I think technology is at a point where it can be possible for men to have babies, but maybe it like doesn't make any sense. And it won't be biological, right? Like if they did it, it would have to be in a lab. And believe me, they can do fucking everything in their mom to science and to biology and to the world. So I wouldn't be surprised if someone ever came up with that idea. Please don't come up with that idea if you're watching this video. But or you can even like have a lady that is dressed like a man who has a kid. So like you could call it possible, right? That's probably the only direction I would say that maybe it's not possible. But there's like conceptually it's not the same, right? So here birds can fly, and what this farmer may have thought was that he himself, this is the farmer, that he could like sprout wings and fly like a butterfly, right? He thought that maybe he could fly, but that's not possible. But they proved it was possible with a different model. Like the farmer in this picture wasn't thinking about this. He was thinking about this. Now this right here is wrong. This won't happen, but this can happen. Right? So that's the thing is like, I mean, even like humans breathing underwater. Well, we have scuba tanks, but no humans can just walk into the water and breathe and stay under there for days and days. That's not possible. So can it be proven? Has it been proven? Can it be said? Does it have followers? And is there an origin? I hope that kind of covered it. Like I really just wanted to, I just re-recorded this video because I wasn't recording the first time like an idiot. But I hope this makes sense. The reason I make this video is to help you understand that things are always possible. It's like, to what extent is it possible? And you can make them possible by getting this information right here. Again, I don't know if this is correct. This is just my idea. If you have another idea of what can be added on here, like time was kind of my suggestion for me, but I don't know where I'd add it. Like, I think with proof comes time. So like, has enough time passed for proof to be developed? And maybe we can put that here. Has time passed? I really make this because like, this is my prototype, and I want Jesus. This is my prototype, and I want people to kind of give me their opinions on this algorithm that I've created here. So yeah, again, I hope that helps you out. I hope that help you understand that things are possible. A lot of times things are possible. Everything is possible. But it's, to what extent is it possible? And these are some metrics that you can use to figure out if something is possible or not. And again, just because the way you conceptualize it isn't correct doesn't mean that it's not possible, right? Like, humans can't innately fly, but we can fly on planes, which is kind of the same. We're still flying. So there you go. And obviously things change over time. Like, if you took the Apple Vision Pros, those like really clunky ass goggles that have like your like your NBA game, and then like what you're cooking over here. It's the prototype, and it could be better, right? And I think at some point they'll probably come out with contacts. But if you go back to this farmer and you told him that you'd be able to see a screen with access to all the information in the world, that's www, he would think you're a liar, right? But over time, the thought has been originated. It's been said out loud. It's gathered followers. It can be proven. It has been proven. It has enough time passed. And the possibility has increased. So now, with specifically this www thing, the fucking Apple Vision Pro, it's 100% possible because it's been proven. So that's how you prove possibility. I guess another thing to add on here, I know I'm just kind of on a rant, but like, can you prove it? Right? Again, there's like a lot of directions you can go here. I just want your opinion on it. So give me your opinions in the comment on what I've been talking about, if any of it makes sense. And I hope you enjoyed this. Go ahead and like the video. I'll make more content just like this if enough people are liking these videos, because I actually like the whole whiteboard thing. It gives me a chance to also process information better, and I don't have to edit as much, like just random clip outs, because I feel like I'm more concentrated when I'm paying attention to this. So yeah, I hope this helped you out, and if it did, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. And stop scrolling on social media, because it prevents you from proving if things are possible.